Hi, thanks for clicking. So, this is another art stripper tutorial. Um, it's a stained glass window. I had a lot of fun just outlining this. It was one of the simplest things to do, and I had the most fun doing it. It felt like almost like a coloring book. The art stripper herself says this is like a coloring book, which I don't know if you know this, but I started out coloring in just a random adult coloring book and using Prismacolor markers and art supplies that weren't mine. And I just felt so constrained and I wanted to do abstract and do more colors and stuff. So this just felt so good. I love this drawing the stone. Here I'm using Prismacolors, but I recently got chalk pencil to make this better. And I had a bit of a struggle doing this dry brush. It's interesting that, I've had this conversation with Noe Does Stuff about how abstract can be hard because you're trying to imitate randomness, but you're also trying to put it in the right spot. So I don't know how. I don't know. It's like I need to be random. And then I have to think about the coloring and I have to do the dry brushing and get in the right tone, and it's delightful. It used to be a lot more harder. I guess I was just hard on myself. That's all I can really say. And I switched a few brushes before I settled on this one I got in a sketch box. And Moxie's eating. Well, now that Moxie's no longer eating, I could tell you about how wonderful it was to do like these flames and to blend on canvas or on material on the wood panel. And I don't know, I really hope my little sister loves this. And if you stay till the end, you can watch me varnish the art Sherpa's cannon and this piece. I hope I said that right. Sometimes I realize I'm a bit of a mumbler and that I don't finish saying my words all the way through before I begin the next one. So that's interesting to hear myself play back. I'm just doing YouTube. You spend a lot of time with yourself. I don't know how to describe it. But I definitely want to do the art Sherpa's harder stained glass window, but upcoming I'm going to participate in the art Sherpa's acrylic April. I'm way more interested. The last time I wanted to try realism and I've never done any of it, but I wasn't very excited for the subject matter. And I am going to go back to acrylic April. I really like the techniques she incorporated for her students to learn. Her students, anybody who's wanting to watch and learn. And this upcoming one is about landscapes and water in landscapes, and I have been wanting to paint. I'm so into landscapes right now, but I've just been like, I don't know how to do them, and I want to travel through my art and just paint all the places I wish I could go, not only because of the global panorama, but because, my psoriasis, and I'm probably never going to be somebody who's going to be who can afford to just travel. But that's okay. I can travel through my art, and the art Sherpa's going to help me in achieving that. And what more can I ask? I just really love this. I had the greatest time. Then right here I'm going over in black again, reinforcing the lines, and I love it. I realized I got some black right there for my sleeve. I was like, when did that happen? I hope you don't mind me just rambling on. I'm not really good at scripted stuff, so I just wing it. And I just wanted to show you what it looked like before I varnish. Since I'm curious, this is gonna be my first time using Galleria varnish. And here's my varnishing spot. And I'm gonna start with this one. But I'm just dusting it to make sure, you know, there's no particles that are gonna get stuck or become visible. And this is just Galleria. The paints I use, their line of varnish, I picked glossy. And to be honest, I think it was a really bad idea to just pour it onto there. I don't know what made me think I was confident enough to do that, but I went for it, and it wasn't the complete disaster, but you can't tell, but for a minute there, I was panicking. I was like, no, I hope this is okay. But I recently saw on Instagram other artists talk about how nerve-wracking varnishing is, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. I was like, oh, so it continues to be this way. It's just not going to be the first time. But that kind of scared me, but then I'm like, at least I'm not alone. It's interesting. I used to feel so alone in everything, and I don't know, art has shown me that I'm not, and it's made me feel better about myself and helped me with my stress. And I feel happiest after I painted or while I'm painting and getting stoned. But we won't talk about that. I mean, I literally sometimes can't do anything unless I get stoned first. I'm so itchy in the brain fog, and sometimes smoking makes the brain fog worse, but other times, most of the time, it helps me focus. I've tried to go years without smoking. You know, I lived in an environment that didn't approve of it, and I had to follow the rules that were set for me if I wanted to stay there, you know, so. But now I'm free to smoke, and I am glad that it is so helpful. And now I get to varnish this. I just really like that shot. I'm just so new to all of this. And I know not many people are watching, but I really enjoy this. Well, you can kind of see the varnishing happening here. And this is here what I decided to do. This was a way better experience, which is pouring it onto a top. I couldn't find the top, so I took the top from my Mod Podge off and poured my varnish in there, and I switched my brush to, well, a smaller one. The other one I think left too many brush strokes and it was making me anxious, but that's okay. And the instructions say to put 2 thin layers of varnish, and I did try to do that, but the second layer I did off camera. Each layer needs 24 hours to dry. Okay, now it's all varnished, and I'm so excited. I think it does add some vibrancy, but it was so anxiety inducing to do. I love it. And then here is the second one. I think it adds like a really glassiness to this and really gives that faux glass window look to it even more. I mean, I don't know. But I love it so much. Anyways, thanks for watching.